This is Sneaker Gears. My name is Levi, and welcome to a Performance Gears episode today that is inspired by you guys, subscribers, commenters, and a big thing that I've been getting the last few weeks has been really what is the best court feel shoe. Now, obviously, as a bigger guy, I am looking for more of a balance. I'm looking for something that has a little bit more cushion than just straight court feel. And when I say a shoe has great court feel, it should still have impact protection. So I don't expect anything mushy, I don't expect much bounce, but something that's gonna make you feel fast on court. So obviously lightweight's a priority. Amazing traction obviously makes a big difference. There's no point of having a great court feel and you're slipping around. And finally, just being low to the ground, having not just a minimal setup for the case of having minimal setup for cushion, but actually feeling closer to the court. So you can have a very firm cushion setup, and if you're high off the court, it kind of defeats the point. So the top 5 I'm gonna do are kind of a conglomeration. So bear with me and let's get into this. All right, so number 5 is, and again, all of these are going to be a little bit cheating. Number 5 is Under Armour, and that is on a whole brand. That's kind of cheating. Now, I did had the opportunity to try on the Kyrie 7s, and I can tell you I was more surprised than I thought. It actually had more cushion than what a lot of people have been reporting, and this is just from walking around, jumping, just trying on store, 5 minutes. But even in that try on, the first step in comfort, the locked in feel, it was surprising. Now, when I say Under Armour is number 5, I'm not necessarily telling the Kyrie 7 is number 5. I haven't tested it yet, but the Under Armour's entire lineup, and I just did a video on this, is really based on great traction and court feel. Obviously, each shoe is going to have different materials, going to fit maybe a little different, so you want to try them on. But that's their whole shtick. That's what Under Armour does, and they do it really well. So if you're looking for something that's close to the court and has a nice court feel, you can't go wrong with pretty much anything they offer. Number 4 is going to be the Adidas Don 1. Now, the reason I have it above pretty much anything from Adidas right now is, one, I prefer the Don 1 as a low top to the Dame 5. So if you like a mid top and you have a more narrow foot, the Dame 5 might be a better option for you. Also, if you look at obviously the Harden Volume 4 just came out with Light Strike. I did have the opportunity to try that on. And again, same thing that Light Strike in the Next Level had. Although it felt a little better, it felt a little more broken in, which is really nice, just from straight try-on. It still did not have the impact protection. Just doing some quick kind of jump rope kind of jumps, I still felt shot coming up my knee. Not to mention the Harden Volume 4 is not wide foot friendly and does not accommodate if you have a higher instep. It was a suffocating fit that I don't even know if I can get, simply because it just doesn't fit my foot. So that's one I probably won't be doing a review for. Now, we do have the Dame 6 coming out towards the end of the year here. That's something that has a little bit more Light Strike. Maybe it's a little more refined. Hopefully has a better fit. So we'll look into that once it gets here. But as of right now, I'm still gonna go with the Don 1 with that bounce cushion setup, which I still like over Light Strike. And apparently Boost had its day in basketball shoes. There is nothing else out there. Now, you do have the D-Rose 10 that has a lot more bounce, and the cushion setup, everyone has said, has been a lot more comfortable. But again, we're going for court feel here. And the Don 1, the traction is okay. It's not great, but it's not terrible. And the stability on it is absolutely amazing. The platform it's on, it has a wide base. It's something that if you don't like low tops because you want a little bit more support, the Don 1 is maybe one you should try, because it really does lock you in and it gives you a lot of support. So even if you have injuries, it's something that can work really well for you. All right, number 3 is going to be the Kyrie line. Now, again, this is kind of cheating as well. I like the Kyrie 2 low. This is something that is, I don't think I've done a full review on it. I had it as my number 1 top shoe for around $100, and you can now get it for under $100, for $90 or $80 depending on the colorway. The rounded outsole on this, and you can see how it's a little bit more pronounced here. The wide outrigger on here, and you can see kind of that really wide base. I think I use my whole hand practically. I just really enjoy this shoe. It fits me just a little bit better than the Kyrie 5. The foam setup used in combination with the zoom in the heel and the forefoot, I like just a little better, although the Kyrie 5 setup is amazing with the turbo zoom setup. And just the support overall is about the same, if not a little bit less. Now, I prefer low tops. I don't think I need as much support as the Kyrie 5 offers, and I like having that rounded edges, which is a little more similar to what we got on the Kyrie 4. So the reason I said the Kyrie line is because, one, the Kyrie 5 is just as good, albeit it's a mid-top. It has a little bit more support, and the cushion setup, again, is more court feel, but has a nice balance of still giving you some impact protection. So either Kyrie, you're going to be good to go. Now, the Kyrie 6, again, is just around the corner, so we're going to see if Nike's able to up the ante, because I think the Kyrie line, at least from the 4 and the 5, have been really good, and the Kyrie 2 low was a surprise for me. Now, I did have a reviewer saying he has the Kyrie 2 low, and he's looking to add something else in his bag. He doesn't want to just keep wearing one shoe, and again, I agree with that. If you're an athlete in any regard, running, basketball, football, you always want to have a few shoes you can rotate, whether that's adding to your training or just giving the shoes a break so you don't beat them up so much. So the Kyrie line is number 3. What do we got as our top 2? Number 2 is going to be the Kobe line. And again, maybe I'm cheating here. I'm going to rank, honestly, the Kobe FF. But I do want to give a shout out to the Kobe Proto 4. Or really just the Kobe 4 Retro. It's not really a Proto. The traction on that is so well rounded. It's something you can use indoor, outdoor. It's durable on any surface. It works on any court. Has a nice comfortable heel zoom, has nice support. Fit for most people has been fantastic. And if you notice, even the NBA, the Kobe 4 has been widely used by a lot of players, although they're getting a lot more colors than we are as a general release audience. But it's something that I still enjoy. Now, I use that with our Velocity insoles, which for me just takes the shoe to the next level. Now, I am using our version 2 Velocity insoles. If you notice, Nightwing said he wasn't able to use the version 1 in there, so I do have to send a pair out to him so he can give you a kind of his stamp of approval. But for me, I prefer the Kobe FF. Now, I like this one just because it fits my foot amazing. It really does. It's something that if a shoe fits you, you're going to keep gravitating to it. 2, it feels really lightweight on foot. Obviously, with the fast fit system, with all the stuff being used in the shoe, with the dual density midsole, with not only having Cushlon, but obviously being React, it's definitely a little bit heavier than last year, quite a bit heavier actually. And it's not the lightest shoe, but on foot, it kind of just disappears. So this is probably the lightest shoe of anything we're looking at today. Flat, wide base, a lot more support than what we've seen on the Kobe line in a long time, and just an awesome shoe. Now, the only reason this isn't number 1 is this is a very dedicated on-court shoe. So if you're going to the court, this is something you put on, get your work in, you're playing 2 hours, 4 hours, get your practice in, and you take them off when you leave. That's the only difference, that and the durability. Now, this is something they have increased durability from the Kobe 360, and this is something that will definitely last you a season, but it's something I won't really recommend for outside or for all courts. So this is something that even if I start to slip it all, if you take a look here and the way these are shaped, it actually starts to grip as soon as it slips. It's really cool where it almost has to bend and then it grabs the court. So the traction of this has been fantastic, but it hasn't been as all around, and this is something I only want to wear on the court. So the reason it's not number 1 is because this bad boy right here, the New Balance Omnis, and I've been pronouncing it wrong. Again, shout out, one of the subscribers told me, said, hey, it's not pronounced Omni 1. Which I kind of like Omni 1 because when they come out with the second version, they call it the Omni 2. But anyway, the New Balance Omnis, I was able to get a size 12 wide. And this thing, again, if a shoe fits you, you can just enjoy it. The traction on this is so ridiculous. I don't know if you guys can tell the dirt here. I have really yet to wipe it. I probably should wipe this. And it just sticks. Dirtiest courts, it doesn't matter. It's thick, it's deep, it's actually really hard. I didn't expect it to bite as hard as it does on court. Whereas this is something that you can use outdoor, you can use indoor. You can use at any time, and this is something I want to wear to the court, play, and I can just keep the shoe on. The way the knit material, and this is a woven upper, not knit. Again, just like any woven, it begins to mold to your feet. Now, I've worn this 3 times, and each time I've been able to tie it a little bit tighter. And that's just because it's kind of molding to my foot, and it's giving where the areas it needs to give. Now, I know some of the reviewers have said this doesn't do anything, that elastic band, but if you have a wide midfoot like I do, or if you have a higher instep, you really do feel that. And on my size 13, it almost was a negative. This is a size 12 wide. This is the only wide foot basketball shoe you can get. Now, Nightwing just talked about his pair, and he recommends going a half size down. And again, this size 12 fits me just right. I have a little bit of space here. So if you don't like that space, and if you have a narrow foot, maybe you do want a half size down. But true to size for me, going wide, absolutely love this shoe. The support on this shoe, starting with the stability, is fantastic, and the lockdown is really good. The containment is getting better and better because I'm able to tie it down tighter, and that woven material is only giving so much. But the containment is the only area that is not absolutely premium. The cushion on this is just the perfect balance for a court feel shoe. It's lightweight. It has just a slight amount of bounce. Not really. This is definitely a court feel based shoe. You're going to feel a more firmer cushion. It is going to be something that you feel close to the court, but it just absorbs impact fantastic. You have a little bit of bounce if you're running the courts, and it's something I just really enjoy. I can keep this shoe on. I've already won a few games in it, and one I won 32, played a full court game, and I can just enjoy it. Now, is it better than the Kobe FF? And you know what? That's something that's, they are so close. We'll have a head-to-head. You guys let me know if you want to see that, and I can tell you the kind of ins and outs on what's the better shoe. And right now, if you're to ask me, I would say maybe the Kobe FF is better, but the fact that I can wear this on and off court just more reliably, more comfortably, the fact that this is more durable, the fact that this is something that I have confidence in, I think goes a long way. I feel, and with the Kobe FF and that fast fit system, that every time I play in it could be the last. I'm okay with that just because I review shoes. I have a lot of basketball sneakers, but if I were to recommend it to you guys, like, hey, you guys have to get this. This is amazing. That fast fit system is not something I completely trust. My right shoe, I have here over my left, does have to be pulled a little bit more, and I haven't had any issues. This is not disparaging the shoe in any way, but I've already had a commenter say his broke and he had to return it. That's the only issue I've heard of. There's been no reports online, and by all cases, this is a completely revised system that is updated and should be much more reliable than what we got in the Jordan 33. So, but the fact that it's in the back of my mind that, hey, let me take this off because this either might break where I can't take it off or I won't be able to play in it again, I really do almost baby it a little bit where it's only for the courts. And for that one reason, at least today, right now, we'll do a full review on that later, I'm actually going to give the best court feel shoe of the year to the Omni One, or the New Balance Omnis. This is a fantastic shoe. This is probably going to hold up to the end of the year. We're going to see how the Dame 6 is, and we're going to see how the Curry 7 plays out, as well as the Kyrie 6. There's a lot of other shoes coming out. This is more for mid, I guess, 2019, even though it's the end of the year already. But we'll have a full update on those reviews and give you an idea on what is the best option to get. But right now, if you're shopping for the beginning of your season, if you can get the Omnis, grab it. Go online, get it. If you have a wide foot, it's one of one on the market. You can have actually a wide foot fitted shoe that's going to fit you properly. Shout out to New Balance. They did an amazing job. Guys, girls, thank you so much for the support. If you haven't already, subscribed to the channel, get a thumbs up to this video. And again, let me know what you guys want. Put your question in the comments below. If you're seeing this is a different background just because I'm in another part of my house, we're doing some minor construction to fix some things in my studio or studio, and it's not going to look any different. It was more just fixing things. So if this channel looks a little bit different, if this is your first time seeing this channel, we do have a lot of shoes, a lot of reviews, and I pride myself in doing more comparisons and finding what is the best shoe and for the best attribute for what you're looking for. So it's a little bit different than just a standard review. But As always, really appreciate you guys. This is Levi's Sneaker Gears, and I'll come at you later.